And welcome to week 4 of the high school football season and week 4 of the final drive. I'm Zach Hanley alongside Jordan Reed. Jordan, it's hard to believe it's already week 4 of the season.
I know, seriously, we're almost halfway through the regular season. That's just crazy to think about. But as always, let's get started with our game of the week, and we're going to head to the Swall Conference. Yeah, showing the small schools some love tonight. Belleville is off to another fast start. The Wildcats are 3-0 and have outscored their opponents 108 to just 21. This week should be a bit tougher test with the Southwestern East Dubuque Co-op in town. The Wildcats just as impressive, putting up 38 points per game. Second quarter, SWED punting and DeMarcus Connor returning. The senior changes position quicker than a scared politician. He makes a big play when he needs to. Connor takes it 55 yards to the house. Belleville up 27-0 at that point. Now, they'd get the ball back, and we're on the move again. Aiden Keys finds Jake Fahey, who goes up and gets it. Take a look at his arm. The dude has a cast on. It doesn't matter. And that would lead to this. Keys rips one to Caden Desmet. All Belleville tonight, they win 41-8. In the Big 8, there's only one undefeated team left, and that's Madison Memorial. The Spartans have been taking care of business on both sides of the ball. Entering the night, Memorial averages over 30 points a game, while only allowing an average of 12. While Memorial keeping their talents at home tonight as Madison East hunts its first win of the season. Spartans waste zero time, and I mean zero. 15 seconds into this game, Cameron Parker takes off for the end zone. There's no chance of catching him. Memorial with that very early lead. Well, they're quick to add to it. Minutes later, once they get the ball back, Charlie Erlinson connects with Brock Weller, and he's almost able to take it in, but hey, first and goal. Erlinson will cap off the drive with a short keeper. Memorial puts on a clinic tonight. They remain undefeated, 63-20 the final. Now, staying in the Big 8, Verona quickly rebounded after falling in their season opener. The Wildcats have posted back-to-back wins, opening conference play last week with a statement 53-6 win over Madison East. Well, coming to town tonight is Middleton, who's fresh off their first win of the season. Now we're going to pick it up in the second half. Verona up 7-0. Middleton more than ready to tie this game up. Gabe Piscini drops back and finds Owen Cooney, a picture-perfect pass and catch. Cardinals tie it up. Well, defense clearly showing up tonight, and neither side making it easy on one another. Fourth quarter tied at 7. Verona trying to get that lead, but the Cards defense coming up big to prevent that go-ahead tutty. Wildcats settle for a couple of field goals, and they're going to win at home 13-7. Elsewhere in the Big 8, Parker versus Craig in a battle for Janesville. Parker wins this one 35-33, and there was no score reported yet for the Madison West and Madison La Follette game.
Wanakee kind of feels like a train that's just humming down the tracks right now. The reigning Division II champs have already knocked off DeForest, Middleton, and Sun Prairie East this season, and now have their sights set on Monona Grove. The Silver Eagles, they're coming off a dominating performance over Stoughton. Warriors, though, strike first in this one. Gabe Goralski bulls his way in to make it 6-0 Key. MG's going to answer right back. Brady Voss drops back and sends a strike to Eddie Rivera, and we are tied at 6. Still tied at 6 in the second. Wanakee driving. Garrett Lenzendorf with the short pass to David Emmerich. And Emmerich does the rest with a long run. Warriors go up 6, and they'd go on to win 19-6 is the final. Elsewhere in the Badger Conference, Sun Prairie East gets back to their winning ways with a 42-0 win over Beaver Dam. And how about this? Milton knocks off Sun Prairie West 31-14. Edgewood is picked up right where they left off from last season. The Crusaders have been stout on defense, while their offense has just lit up the scoreboard. They're averaging over 42 points per game this season. Glarus Monticello standing in their way for a 4-0 start. And the Knights came to play tonight. First quarter, Ben Hansen throws it up, and Charlie Sarbacher says, "I'll take that." And the interception would lead to this. Very next play, Max Marty throws it to AC Stroke, who flips it to Ethan Frederick, who's going to take it all the way in for the score. Don't look now, Jordan. It's 7-0 NGM. Still 7-0 in the second quarter, and that's when Edgewood finally answers. Abe Thompson bounces it to the outside to tie the game up. Crusaders go on to win and stay perfect, 43-19 the final.
And the Capital Conference has been arguably the strongest in the Madison area this season. And two of the top programs faced off tonight, Beloit Turner and their conference-leading 10 passing touchdowns heading to Lodi, whose ground and pound offense has hummed to the tune of 800 yards in 3 games. While big contrast in styles, let's see how it plays out on the gridiron. Trojans with the ball. Sean Fogel reels in the snap and launches a beauty for Connor Hughes. Diving catch for the highlight reel. 7-0 Turner. Well, next drive for Beloit, Fogel, he does it again, but this time the dart's going to go to Tyler Sutherland. In stride, he breaks a few tackles, hits pay dirt. That 2-score lead for Beloit Turner. But here come the Blue Devils. 7-minute drive is going to be punctuated by the tough tutty for Kyler Clemens. Lodi comes back to stay undefeated. They win it 37-36. And Monroe versus Evansville. The Trees Makers with a blowout shutout win, 41-0. And Columbus at Lake Mills, they're going to win it 34-7.
And down in the SWC, Broadhead Judah hosting Platteville, and the Cardinals, they came to play tonight. Sean Huffman plunges it in from a yard out to make it 7-0 Broadhead Judah. And their offense was far from done. Later in the first, Isaac Saunders straight up the gut to make it a 2-score game. And like my mom always says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, the Cardinals feed Saunders again, and again he finds the end zone. Broadhead Judah goes on to win 41-0. Other scores from week 4, Darlington beat Pecatana Argyle 72-0, and Blackhawk Warren bounced back in a big way from last week's loss. They take down Cuba City 48-14.